Start the show.
First took away. Gas for this. Get your money's worth now.
Yo, this program is brought to you by Scott Vicknair Injury Lawyers. Have you been injured in any kind of accident, car, truck, 18-wheeler, or hurt offshore? Scott Vicknair handles it all. Give them a call, y'all, at 504-500-1111 for a free consultation. Yes, free consultation. They always fight for the win. Yo, let's start this show off right, because what we saw was it was disrespectful. It was disrespectful. We got to start this show off right.
This woman obviously had lost her damn mind. She needs psychotropic medication. She pulls out her breasts and she's juggling them. Look like she's about to fall over. Then she bends over and pulls down her panties, spreads her cheeks. I'm not lying. I'm telling you what's on the video. Spreads her cheeks. This is madness.
Shout out to Theo's. You go in there, you see Ross knock on the door 3 times, not 4. Then you knock 3 more times, and make sure you wipe your feet before you come in. How you gentlemen doing tonight?
Just love, man. It was good.
It's good. We got Lito in the building. We got Ross, aka Mr. T. We got DEFCON 5 in the building. You know what I'm saying? More people in this building than went at the arena.
Buddy. That's the talking point right there.
Let's get everyone's initial thoughts on the game. We're gonna go left to right. Lito, we're gonna start with Lito.
I mean, bro, it wasn't. They scored 40 points in the first quarter. They being the opposite team, the Blazers scored 40 points in the first quarter. I mean, like, I'm looking at the Blazers roster for real, and they got talent. Obviously, like Denny Avi is a guy me and Chris talked about. We did a podcast about, and we was trying to, encourage the Pelicans to get him on the team. But other than that, I mean, I'm looking at who they have. I'm looking at who the Pelicans have, right? And it shouldn't be because Zion is not playing, Brandon is not playing. The drop off should not it shouldn't be this. It was like 91-66 at one point. You know what I'm saying? Like the 119 to 100. It looks like they tried, right? The game didn't feel like that though. It felt like they got their ass kicked. It was like my man on the video before was, you know what I'm saying, like
Brother Cornell X.
Yeah, they you know what I'm saying, like they pulled their panties down. They're like, you know what I'm saying?
Ross. We'll come back to Ross. 5.
Don't come back to me.
All right, we're gonna pass on Ross. So 5.
There's nothing to say. It's over. It's over for Willie Green. The game itself was like, imagine being a season ticket holder and purchasing, to pay to see that. Like, the only thing you're guaranteed is effort if you buy a ticket. That's the only thing you should be promised. You're not promised wins, right? You're not promised anything like that. You should be entertained, at least, at minimum entertained. It's not entertaining, and it hasn't been entertaining. Willie Green's calling card had been defense and energy and effort. They've quit on this man a long time ago. It's time to end it. Like, my name tonight is DEFCON 5, but it's really DEFCON 1. Like, it is time to blow this shit to pieces. It's over. It's over for him.
Shout out to Will Chill, man. Yo, let me know if that's you. Will Chill, salute Willie Green last game. They quit at the jump. No X's and O's, man. Yo, shout out to our dog Zeke. Filth. Yeah, bro. I mean, come on, dog. Like,
shout out.
Stripping down butt naked, bending over, and showing everything on the video, and all you could see was cellulite hanging in pubic hair. This is a disgrace and a shame.
They caught it. That's the bar they caught it.
Like that, when you think about the film that the Pelicans are putting on the court, like, it's just
the only silver lining I take away from tonight. It's not even a silver lining, really. It's just that we know for a certainty Gail was there.
Yeah.
We know for facts.
That's what I'm saying. No, yeah, I was saying that as like for a certain, like, she was 100% in the building
Yeah.
And there's no way you can own something and watch that embarrassing of a product. I don't care if you own a fast food restaurant and you got or you own an NBA basketball team. You watch your employees put that type of effort out, that type of product for paying customers, and you don't act, then it's on you. It's on you because you know the problem. You've now seen it firsthand. So there can be no tomorrow. There is no can the steam continue to build? No. There can be no tomorrow. This is it. This needs to be it. Okay, enough is enough. I know people that they brought their children to the game tonight with their basketball team. Enough is enough. You've embarrassed yourself. You've embarrassed the franchise. You've embarrassed people that are fans of the team. Enough is enough. Just end this shit already.
Russ, respectfully, I disagree. I think you can't. It's too late to fire him now. Ride this tank out. Right, you know what I'm saying? Because for instance, we talked about this early in the season. Let's say you promote Borrego right now, right? How do you evaluate, or how would you evaluate him in this process?
It's not that, Lito. They're not tanking. That if they were tanking, I would 100% agree with you. But they're making no attempt to tank. That for me is the problem. You're letting filth build up with your franchise that you're doing permanent damage. I truly believe that you were doing permanent damage to both just the value of the franchise, the players you have here, the fans. These things linger. If they were losing on purpose, if this was OKC 3 or 4 years ago, if this was Detroit if these were situations where it was very, very clear to me that you were losing on purpose, hey, it is what it is. Sometimes you just got to eat a couple years. I hope the Saints lose every game on purpose next year. I will have no problem with that. You were making every attempt to win. So it's hard for me to justify what, I totally agree with what you're saying, but it's hard for me to justify it in this situation because you're making every attempt to win.
No.
You are getting blown out.
So actually, in retrospect, I agree with what you're saying. I think he deserves to be fired. But what I'm saying is the way he's going about it, it's a camouflage tank.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Them bitches, they tanking, it ain't taking anyway.
I would. Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I'm saying, yeah, you're right. I would rather fire him and tell Herb, go get surgery on your shoulder. Trey, don't come back for a month. Zion, you're playing every other game. I would be fine if they just came out and said that shit. Hey, we are going to lose as many games as possible. There's a level of honesty that I'm okay with. What you're doing right now is both dishonest and incredibly shitty. And by virtue, it's embarrassing. To watch the game tonight is so embarrassing.
Shout out to our homeboy Eyes on the Stars with that dime piece. And to echo, appreciate you, brother. To echo Ross's sentiment, it's what you're putting on tape, what the fans have to witness when people are paying good money to see. That's it's a sickness. It's a sickness.
Wants to teach. If she wants to be a porn star, based on what I saw in that video,
maybe she retired.
I don't think she's gonna make a lot of money. Based on what I saw in that video, I don't think she's gonna be at a top tier status. That's a damn shame what I saw in that video. That's sickness.
And that's Gail. That sums up Gail's entire ownership tenure. Truthfully, go ahead, Five.
No. I mean, to talk about that point where, you're lying. That's the real problem. Compared to OKC, they knew they were going to be bad. I think even their fans knew that they were going to be bad.
Right.
There was no question about what they were doing and how they were collecting picks and upping the war chest. No, the Pelicans told you they were going to be good and they were going to figure it out. They haven't done anything to warrant them to have the benefit of the doubt. They shouldn't have that. They told you they were going to have a good team, a good product. You went out and got DeJounte Murray. You told us that this would be going to be a season of complacency. This would be the year Zion and Brandon finally figured it out. That has not happened. So it's going to get to a point, to Toledo's point, right, where You're gonna look at it like, oh well, we were stealth tanking, right? No, you weren't. No, you didn't have this strategy. You didn't have this plan. This was not your objective. You're just going with it because it benefits you now. Because you didn't have the foresight to see like, hey, we might be really bad and we need to move accordingly and have the balls to say it. No, you were trying to sell tickets and you got caught with your pants down. Then this would be the perfect time to play that other video.
DJ Travel in the game, he says, I got the method. Took the Wolves -4, took the winners and landed it on the Blazers. And Bloods won. God damn. Y'all need 2750. I got y'all. Man, y'all already been more entertained than anything y'all could have seen tonight on that court. I got a bit of a mini rant I kind of wanted to go on. Now, first, let me put forth this disclaimer. This is only representing me. You know what I'm saying? Don't go approach nobody, and please don't approach me. Like, if you approach me, I'm gonna just let you know I'm scared of you, and whatever happens from there happens. But I'm terrified of you. But I want to say all these other companies, now defunct companies, everybody who've been taking pop shots at us. Oh, they're so negative. Oh, you know, and I was gonna name all y'all, but I don't even want to give y'all no clout. You gotta let the dead sleep. I'm not even give you no clout. But all y'all can eat a dick. Honestly, all y'all can eat a dick. First of all, you cowards. Firstly, you were wrong this entire time about this bullshit ass team, about this bullshit ass ownership group, about this bullshit picklehead, ball, scammy, schemy, sleazy fucker David Griffin, because he got his hand up your ass and God knows what else, and he's treating you like a sock puppet. You want to say motherfuckers crossed the line? You crossed the line. That's right. You crossed the line. You know what I'm saying? You looked at David Griffin and you saw that big peanut butter sack of his and you jumped all on it. You jumped all on this big sack. Yeah, that's right. I'm talking to you. And if you're in the know, you're in the know, and you know who I'm talking about. You jumped on this big sack because you're a bitch. That's right. You're a bitch. Look at you. You've been doing this all this time and you know where you're nothing. Still mopping floors at the motherfucking Burger King on Esplanade. The one, it's pretty, never mind. I used to go there sometime. But yeah, fuck you. Fuck the donkey you rolled in on. Fuck anybody you affiliated with. You don't know shit. You don't know a motherfucking thing. You got all this access and you still been access denied. You son of a bitch. You come on this show, you run with this network. Next thing you know, motherfuckers popping up at the drafts. Motherfuckers getting all kind of, motherfuckers willing and dealing. They're in certain rooms. They're networking. They're making major moves. Now look at you. You're back under the bridge playing an upside down bucket, throwing rocks at the guards. You know what I'm saying? Throwing rocks at the guards. So fuck all y'all. That's what I got to say. And now look at you. This team is fucking what? 7 in infinity. Team is 7 in infinity. You're about to go on a road trip. You got another back-to-back coming up. So you know Zion probably not playing. Herb not playing. I don't think it matters a motherfucker if Herb did play, to be honest. Truthfully, I just looked up Herb was out the game. I said, damn, I didn't even notice. So it was, who gives a fuck? If ownership doesn't make a move and commit to pivoting after tonight, that's it, tonight. It got to be tonight. Like, it's tonight. You ain't getting no lower. Ain't fuck all that goofy moral victory these slimy fucks was talking about earlier in the season. Fuck all that. Now it's time for results. You know what I'm saying? You got it, and you start by trimming the fat on the roster. Zion, he worked on trimming the fat on him, so he's doing his part. Trim the fat on the roster. Trim the fat in the front office. Trim the fat in the ownership group. Trim the fat on the coaching staff. Trim the fat. This is bullshit. You got lapped by Houston. You've been lapped by the OKC Thunder. They've beaten you in the postseason twice already. You've gotten lapped by the Spurs. This is Wemby's second year.
Blazers just embarrassed.
The Blazers just beat you three. What has it been 3 times they beat you already?
Might be,
yeah. They should have beaten you 4 times. You fucking stink. You stink. You're an embarrassment. I've been watching the Saints my entire life. The Saints have never embarrassed me to this level. You stink. I'm embarrassed. I'm ashamed of you. You've shamed my family. and you've shamed yourself. You've shamed the Shaolin Temple. But we can move on. So
wait,
go
Chad,
ahead,
you got a point. You got a point because I'll tell you this about the Saints. As much shit as I get the Saints, when the hoes is watching, the Saints don't fuck around.
Oh yeah.
The Saints don't fuck around. The Pelicans, you know, they had a lot of Dyson Daniels in them. They wouldn't look at those. They definitely wouldn't shoot at those. You know what I'm saying? And you know, go ahead.
Nah, you're right. Look, Saints. I'm sorry. Pelicans PR put Dez Bryant on fucking social media, right? And to me, it blew my mind. God, Dez Bryant literally never played a game, but the Saints go for it. You know what I'm saying? The Saints brought in Champ Bailey. We ain't got to talk about, Sharp. But the Saints brought in Champ Bailey. The Saints bring in legends. I don't give a fuck. The legends ain't got nothing left in the tank. Nick Fairley. They try to sign the Dominican Sue. You know what I'm saying? They going for it. They not fucking around. These motherfuckers is trash. They soft. All the players look like they on some form of narcotic. They skinny. Nobody lifting the weights. DeAndre Ayton, one of the softest players in the NBA, manhandling motherfuckers out there. And we'll get on that later. We want to talk about maybe if you've seen some regression from Yves Missi, especially when he starts to face like upper echelon talent at the 5. But this is the softest team in the NBA. Soft, wimpy, dainty motherfuckers. Well, we got a super chat. Shout out to our dog Samuel with that dub. Appreciate
you, brother.
Hawkins saw a moment where he dribbles down, loses the ball, and you see it in his body language. Felt bad for him in that moment because AD mentioned Willie Green telling him you're part of this future, and that future doesn't exist. Damn.
Look at this cheap stuff you've been selling on the street.
Is your money good?
You ought to slap yourself for asking that question. Slap yourself.
Mr. Taylor.
Harder. Porter! Now get my phone.
That's how David Griffin be handling these dudes with these press credentials. But and he slaps them on the ass too. But so tonight, again, we saw this is a scoring struggle across the board from guys like Brandon Boston, Sam Miston, Jordan Hawkins. Do we attribute that to guys just playing out of their depth at this point, like playing maybe too many minutes, getting too much of an opportunity? And now you're kind of seeing why some guys may have been, if not end of the roster guys, but guys kind of had a certain level of bandwidth. Do you think these guys are looking for that all-star break at this point, panel? We can start with 5 and move to Ross and Lito.
Yeah. I just think it's just the dog days of the NBA, right? Like,
absolutely.
Then you're trash, right? Like mentally, you got to be fatigued. Like you're losing. You don't have a good coach. Guys are in and out of the lineup. You don't know if you're going to play or not. And when you do play, you're overextended. It's not the shit you practice. It's probably the first time you're seeing stuff. Who's preparing you? Who's not preparing you? Then it's a dog shit organization. Like,
oh, my bad, Chad.
Oh, you good. My bad. That's my bad.
There's so many other variables that we're not really discussing. Like, yeah, of course. I expect Brandon Boston to have, subpar games at time. It's his first year with the fucking team. Yeah. He should hit some kind of a wall at some point. He should be, a middle of the pack. Like he wasn't signed to a team. Like he wasn't even getting minutes in LA. Like there's a reason why. But I do think he has potential. But there also is the other side of it. Like, hey, he might have not been good. He just could have been good in spurts. But it's almost like you've used all of what he had allotted for your team already. And we're not even halfway through the season, if I'm not mistaken. So,
nope.
I guess we'll talk about Jordan Hawkins. And I think that's to a similar point. And we talked about him a little bit in the last show. Like, yeah, man, just not looking good. It's just not. The shot's not there. Shot's not falling. And when the shot's not falling, what else can you do on the basketball court to impact the game? I guess this is a moment in time where you try to figure that out.
Shout out to JB, member for 9 months. Appreciate your support,
Shout
bro.
out to Jay, man.
Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Please hit the like button. Nights like this after this type of performance, it's very difficult to show up here and talk about this bullshit organization. You know what I'm saying? I work on all my own cars. And what I'm looking for, never mind. But it's real difficult to show up and talk about this. David Grubb in the building. Shout out to OG journalist David Grubb. Say Cash Thunder was great to watch. Real basketball,
bro. Elite basketball.
Yeah,
man. And shout out to
finals
the Pistons.
level basketball, playoffs level.
Yeah. Shout out to the Pistons who also passed up the Pelicans. Ross, what tonight? When you look at the guys on this roster, specifically, we can see Brandon Boston, Jordan Hawkins, Javante, just the others. When you look at the others, what was your takeaway?
They've been asked to do too much all year, and it's catching up. Well, I shouldn't say it's catching up. It's caught up. You can't continue to rely on no coaching, no player. 504 boy.
Thank you, bro.
Appreciate you, bro. Always with the dub.
We're so proud of you, sugar. Oh, Grandma. Say, could you lay 1,000 on Grandma, okay?
Come on now, Grandma just gave you $1,000 what, 2 days ago?
Well, what the fuck is the matter with you? I had to get my hair fixed and my nails. Shit, you want me to style, don't you? Shit. What the fuck? Well, thank you, baby.
That's love right there. What you were saying, Ross?
Yeah, I was saying it's difficult for role players, especially when they don't, they're not like elite talent role players or high draft picks or what have you. Like you can't just take random cats off the street, place high expectations on them, give them no guidance, no structure, no coaching, no leadership.
You think it was unfair to ask Daniel Tice to start at center this season?
I think it was almost unfair to put Daniel Tice on an NBA roster. It was asinine to ask him to start. It was asinine to have any true expectation of him. The fact that we're even up here talking about Brandon Boston in any kind of a negative context is hilarious to me. He wasn't on an NBA roster. He's given you more than you ever should have gotten from him this year. He's
literally still not on the roster.
Yeah. The fact that he has turned himself. He turned himself. You had nothing to do with it, Pelicans. He turned himself into what looks like an NBA player is purely on him. It has nothing to do with the development he's received from this team, from this coaching staff, from Bill Green, any of these people. Okay. It's time enough to make this change. Enough is enough. There's no other way to say it. You're doing everyone a disservice. You're doing your own players a disservice. You're doing role players a disservice. Your stars don't want him here. Nobody wants this person here anymore. You said you were going to figure it out. You have not figured it out. They stink.
They're terrible. Lito, you look tonight, you see, we've already mentioned Messi. I'm sorry. Yeah, we've already kind of mentioned Messi in passing. Do you think even with Messi, I'm sure he hasn't been given a ton of instruction, but when you look at with Messi, recently a couple of games, do you think he's starting to hit that proverbial rookie wall?
Yeah, I do. But before I answer that, can I just speak on the last subject about
Absolutely.
So that's been a constant of the Pelicans as a regime since this era of the Pelicans has started with Griff, Willie, etc. They've always expected so much out of the 12th man. Like you, bro. They had look. No disrespect to Herb Jones, dog, but Herb Jones has a day.
Yeah,
like he has a day. Like they did a Michael Jordan style 45 style comeback for Jose Alvarado, and no disrespect to Jose, because you know what I'm saying. Like, but like we put so much mediocrity on a pedestal. It's crazy. Like it's insane. Like look at what you asked of Najee Marshall. Look at what you like, bruh. They've always expected so much, but I want to say about the Brandon Boston point, bro. They. This is my words. This is nobody on this panel's words. They treat Brandon Boston like a dirty whore. They use that man. They used him up, and they still ain't pay. And I'm not saying they won't pay, but I also don't know if they're gonna run off on the plug. I don't know. I can't 100% say that. But as far as Messi, yeah, I think he's running into first of all, you talk about a guy who probably, we said he probably should have spent some time in the G League, right? And shout out to him for his and from what I hear Donnell is for his natural for his progression, his development. But yeah, I think the rookie wall is real, especially you playing him like a guy, like you didn't expect anything from him. And now like
Ethan.
Shout out Ethan.
And shout out Zeke with the 2-piece and nights like this. Pelicans equal 5 heartbeats. Yeah, it's like the Flash 5 heartbeats. The motherfuckers, all the good things just leave. Once Zion leave, the group over. So shout out to B Flights with the 5-piece. Say we haven't been this bad since Dan Dickow was starting. After turning the game off at 9:19, you can tank without being this bad. Absolutely. Shout out to Ethan. Salute. Stay hard on them dudes. All right.
Yeah, there we go. Hold on.
I want to thank the Lord. I want to thank Coach Harbaugh. Fucking love you, man.
Can't just let everything go, though. I really appreciate the super chat, but we still got standards on the show.
Yeah. Talk that shit, bro. Talk that shit.
Brother, nah, I'm not banned. Nah, had to turn into the Avengers on this bitch. Pretty soon they're gonna have motherfuckers answering and asking the questions. So go ahead.
Part of the problem is that it just goes back to what we're talking about with this team overvaluing certain things. They treated yesterday like a win.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all talk to people around.
A close loss was a win. You're right. Yeah.
Zion came back, they lost the game, but he looked pretty good. Team seemed like they had a little energy or whatever. That I'm telling you, just go look around. Go look at the internet. Go look at Twitter.
Fucking parade.
Go talk to somebody. I'm telling you, people really like the average fan treated yesterday like a win.
Bro, someone told Justin, I'm sure Ross and Chad's going to be negative now that things are turning in a positive direction. You stupid motherfucker. Go shake your ass on Bourbon Street then. This is a 7-win team, you fucking cuck. What are you talking about? And they lost the game. What are you talking about? This motherfucker showed up and did his job, and you're like, all is well in the world.
Turned positive.
Now that things turn positive. What are you talking about?
You beat the Wizards twice, a team trying to lose. You beat them twice. You ain't beat anybody else in a month. KTSE?
Bro, first of all, that's such a spicy. We really be side-eyeing the hell out of y'all the KTSE shit. It's crazy because they literally are applauding a dude who gets paid $200 million because he showed up to fucking work, and he worked. Like, what am I missing? You motherfucker, they lost the game. I see people throwing a parade. Bitch, you lost. There's nothing to celebrate there. He played well. He literally said the X's and O's were the problem. The team still sucked.
Like, and Ross mentioned this yesterday, bro. Like, the fact that he made y'all look competent, and now you fast forward to today, because that was just yesterday. That was just yesterday. The only thing that changed from yesterday to today is that Zion didn't play. That's the only thing that changed. Go ahead, Five. Oh, you muted.
Yeah, my bad. Light bulb moment just happened. You think Zion this smart? He might be. He might be. Maybe he figured like, if I play tonight, right, against the Timberwolves, I show what I'm really value, like how good I can be and how capable this team is, even just with me, right, or comparable with me. You know I'm not playing it back-to-back. And then we get our ass blew out by the fucking Blazers because I'm not playing. So you have like really a very short window to see what it is with me and without me. And he like, I don't want to play in the comments in the post game. Like, coaching seems to be an issue.
Like
this, if it happens, right, I might have to give Zion a little bit of credit for this. Since we, the last day of Willie Green, we might need to give out
somebody got to give some credit. Somebody got to get some credit. Maybe
T-shirts going on sale that day.
Shout out to return, man.
I don't know.
Nights like this, I wish raindrops would fall. Nights like this, I wish raindrops would fall. Nights like this, I wish raindrops would fall.
Ain't no hugging for Willie Green.
And shout out to Quiet Boy. Quiet Boy, like, I know all his parts. I could. You need me to sing?
Hey,
I could do it. But so, man, it's just these dudes so terrible, bro. Like, let me ask y'all something. What would inaction at this point say to you? Because we've all heard, like, regardless of what people hear in the public about all the cool people act like it's breaking news. When like y'all know Gail be buying Campbell soup for people underneath the Claiborne Bridge. Gail's a good person. I don't give a fuck about none of that. She sucks as an owner. She sucks. She stinks. Right? The whole group, Dennis Lauscher, Benzel, all you stink. You're awful. You suck. Terrible people. Right? Terrible ownership group. So when you hear or when you face the reality that nothing may change after a performance like this, because this isn't this team's first 20-point loss, 30-point loss. This has happened. This was the norm much of December. So what would you guys make of inaction? I'm gonna start with Ross. Ross, what would you make of inaction moving forward? You wake up tomorrow and nothing's changed.
It would be 100%. The focus would need to 100% shift to Gale and the ownership group. I've been saying for a while now, while I'm annoyed and frustrated, this isn't Bill Green's fault. Yeah, he doesn't know any better. This is, and you're asking someone who has now proven that they are incompetent to change something. Nothing's going to change. It's not his fault. He should have been fired a long time ago. So to continue to blame him for this is almost irrelevant. It's pointless. If you saw what you saw tonight and you don't make the move, it's your fault now. You're enabling this. You're allowing this. You're okaying this. You're approving it. You're saying this is good enough for you. So it's your fault. You want to live with a bullshit product, then that's going to be on you. People need to stop showing up to these games. You need to, like, if you want change, you sometimes have to put forth some action. The focus needs to shift, man. Look, Rip Tom Benson passed in 2018. These franchises ain't done a goddamn thing since. No. Okay? People need to look in the mirror.
Rest in peace to the old man, Boogie Down Benson. Shout out to Will Chill back in that super chat. Say the building on airline celebrates the bus boys and the chef can't cook. The Marcus Colston, Taysom Hills, Najee Marshall, Jose, and Herbs are golden. Oh man, I feel bad putting Jose on that Marcus Colston list, boy. I feel bad putting Taysom on that Marcus Colston list. But real talk. Well, it's like, fuck, we had Brian Roberts breaking free throw record for efficiency records with this team. It's just Gustavo Ayon. Who else was it? I always bring up Jackson Roman, like just fringe NBA guys, and you're expecting the most from them. Man, what was homie name? Not Instant Grits, Norris Cole. Like this guy who just was, 1 foot in the NBA. And again, when I look at this roster versus like real talent, I don't think Portland has the most talent, but I think they have a lot of talented pieces. Jeremy Grant didn't even play tonight. What's Ivan Drago didn't play tonight? What's the big dude, the center they got?
Klingon.
Yeah, Klingon. He didn't play tonight. So it's like, man, you just to say you still have. Let me see. Herb is 12. That's 45 plus about 25. You still got about 60, 70 million dollars and 3 players on the floor that ain't giving you jack shit as it pertains to results, like winning results. At a point, just showing up isn't enough. Like, I don't care who's out. Like, nobody's been playing for Orlando. Like, the Pistons, they don't they got the caucus of Malik Beasley and fucking Tobias Harris out there, and they're getting wins. We just saw Luka was out and Kyrie was out, and they managed to pull off a victory against the Lakers. Shout out to Dallas and managed to pull off a victory against the Lakers. And it's just like the Pelicans they don't even seem to steal wins. Like they're so incompetent they can't even steal wins. So it's really disheartening to see how far this team has fallen. Because I want to ask you this, guys. I'm gonna start with Lito. You brought up a good point, Ross, about Green. Because I'm at a point where, like you, I don't even think some of this is Willie Green's fault. I think a lot of it is the organization kind of investing in bad products and in bad practices, like how they evaluate players, what they scout for. This is probably one of the few teams in the league that draft for need. They just draft for need. Oh, we need a point guard. We're going to draft Kyrie Lewis. Oh, we need a center. We're going to draft Jackson Hayes. Like, if we need shooting. We're going to draft Jordan Hawkins. Like, it's this pure need. What do you make of this team? Like, what's not Willie Green's fault to you?
The roster. Roster construction. I mean, I feel like we've been saying for the majority of the season. Actually, we've been saying since free agency stopped that if you looked up, right, you saw the jig.
Yeah.
The jig was up there. Like it was built for Willie Green to fail, for real. Like, and that's the bell. I'ma shoot him. Like they didn't do him no solids with what they gave. They gave Daniel Tice was trying to go to
Germany, right?
Like he was trying to go home. Like he wanted to go home and be a family man. And they got that man out here playing basketball. He don't want to do that. That's not what he's interested in. He was trying to go back home. He was trying to go to Dusseldorf or wherever the hell. I don't even know how you pronounce that shit. But he was trying to go home, bro. And like not only that, like you gave him the backup center is a rookie, right? A person with no experience, and the third center is another center with no experience in NBA. On top of the fact you got undersized. Jose is what Jose is, but you got undersized guards. You got Jordan Hawkins, a guard who can dribble, can shoot. Now I know we're gonna talk about Hawkins at some point.
Yeah.
But, it didn't really do him a whole lot of favors. And then you never ironed out the Zion Brandon relationship, or you never moved on and implemented a player to, plug and play in that spot. It just a lot of that is Willie Green's fault. To me, it's 50-50.
Mm-hmm. Five, what do you say isn't Willie Green's fault at this stage?
I don't know. Because there's a lot of things that he could actually, overcome if he just, maybe was a little bit more receptive to things, right? Like receptive maybe to plays or just design of offensive design or anything like that. So I can't really shoot him any bill or anything on the court, but that's the product, right? Everything on the court, and everything on the court is on the coach. No matter what, like it's on you to try to figure that out and get guys in the correct positions to succeed. Like if you're not doing that, then it's on you. I mean, yeah, the players may not be talented, but can you coach them to a point where they are talented? Or can you do multiple things? So it's hard to say what he isn't, but Griff has given him decently a roster, right? They're talented.
Yeah, they got some
right?
talent, right?
And you could say that they're not. Ooh, shit!
Big bucks, no whammies. Oh, damn. We got big bucks, no whammies. Wait a goddamn minute. Wait a goddamn minute. Hustler, hustler, here they come. Hustler, hustler, red rum. Hustler, hustler, here we come. Hustler, hustler, red rum. Yo, shout out to Fire Willie Green in the building. They really went up 8 G's on my tickets. 25 G's for this F. God damn! 20. Oh, we got Prince in the building. Oh. He went up 25 G's for this effort robbery. Those seats have been empty every game. I owe y'all more than this for saving me from myself. How can I get one of those crying Willie hoodies though? Yo, DM me on Twitter. I got you. It's at Cheddar Chaz Fire Willie Green. Just let me know who you is, and I got you, bro. But
appreciate the love.
25. Man. God damn.
That's insane.
No, that is bro. God damn, I can't even imagine, boy. They'll have me on somebody's watch list. 25 G's for my motherfucking hard-earned dollars.
See what I mean, look, bro? And this is why I can't shoot Willie Green no bail. Because you got people with their hard-earned money. Again, you can't guarantee wins. But at least I gotta see some effort. Something that rolls over from game to game.
And you know what?
Go ahead.
I
was just saying, and that's why that's the only component of it that's why I still get up here and bitch about Willie Green. I don't expect him to change the X's and O's because he don't know how. Mm-hmm. Bill, I'm sorry, Bill. That's why. That's the one thing. That's the one reason, because them dudes no showed tonight. They didn't play hard. They didn't show up. And a real coach would have yanked them motherfuckers out the game 3 minutes in and just said, "Go sit." Man, fuck it. I've seen Pop do it before. I've seen plenty of coaches do it. You had some dudes straight and no show the game tonight, and you just let it happen.
And
that's because they don't have any respect for you.
No respect, no authority. Shout out to man, I miss you in hell though. But shout out to the Timberwolves sideline reporter, because she was speaking about how yesterday with Chris Finch, how they were giving up all those offensive boards. And like Chris Finch really tore into the guy's paws. It was like, yo, what are you doing? Like, really was demonstrative and got them back on track. But we're going to take a message from DraftKings, man. We're going to catch out Brett, calm down a little bit, and we'll see y'all on the other end of this read, man. This is crazy, dog.
It's the most wonderful time of the year for getting in hoops, football, and hockey action at DraftKings Sportsbook. In the season of giving, we're being gifted college football and college basketball, pro football and pro basketball, and add pro hockey too, almost 24/7. And here's a gift for all new customers. Bet $5 to get $150 in bonus bets if your bet wins. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code BOOT. That's code BOOT, B-O-O-T, for new customers to get $150 in bonus bets if your bet wins when you bet just $5. Happy holidays from DraftKings. The crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, 21 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in New Hampshire, Oregon, and Ontario. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/ftball. NFL Plus Premium offer available only to new and former NFL Plus subscribers. Additional NFL Plus Premium terms at nfl.com/terms.
Yo, shout out to our dog. Fire Willie Green. I just saw your DM, bro. I got you. But yo, one thing, Fire Willie Green, he didn't even mention this, because I'm sure this is another fucking annoyance. The parking situation. You got a whole parking scam going on right there. Shout out to Scott Vicknair. He's been keeping people abreast of what's going on with that situation. It is like, yo, not only do I have to sit through this, I'm lucky if I can even get in the building, because I can't find nowhere to park. And when I was parking along the street, people was breaking in my shit. Breaking, like, what kind of thuggery is this? Like, what part of the game is this? This is insane, bro. Yo, shout out to Will Chill back in that super chat with the nickel. He said, imagine working in a company where the director was a fraud, David Griffin, the manager, Token, was seated in the 300 level, and the supervisor, Bill Green, only screams pace. Dog, just pace and force. Like this has been one. The Pelicans have really been a failed experiment, bro. Really has been. So let's talk a bit about Jordan Hawkins, man. Tonight had a tough shooting night. Well, shit, so did everybody else, but another tough shooting night. It's kind of starting to be par for the course for Jordan. I think when I tweeted something, I think he might have been 3 for 13 at the time. He ended the game 4 for 14, if I'm not 16. Mistaken. 16, you say?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you said 16.
He was terrible.
60.
Oh God. Okay. 4 for 16.
Basketball.
2 for 9 from Yana Arc. Then no free throws. 3 turnovers, 1 rebound, 1 assist. It's hard to really single him out for this game because everybody was terrible, but he played really bad again, bro. Like he played bad to the point where he was kind of singled out in the broadcast. I believe it was Aaron who's mentioning how Willie Green has spoke to him, had been trying to instill some confidence in him. And to his defense, earlier this season, we had seen games where he kind of was lighting the world on fire. But I'm after doing some research of his college numbers and just this season, I'm kind of the thought that was the anomaly and this is more of the norm. So whoever wanted to start first about Hawk, we can get into that.
I'll go first.
Go ahead. I got you.
Apparently I'm a neighborhood Hawk defender at this point, which is fine. I do think he has potential, but I've also said he has a lot of flaws, right? Athletic, sure, but can't get to the rim. That's a problem. He can't get to the rim. Why? Because he can't dribble. I think he needs to. I think he needs to have some kind of. He's build some kind of strength with his hands. I don't think he catches the basketball cleanly at times. Like he's very loose with it, even just holding the basketball. So I think there are points of contention with Hawk. He has the capability. I said he could be possibly. He has the ability to shoot. Could be in the neighborhood of a lower tier Steph or a Jordan Poole if he could. But he just doesn't have the basketball handle to do so. I thought he could have the ability to shoot the basketball at will, but dribbling and moving, it just isn't where he is right now.
Shout out to Tennessee. I ain't gonna lie, I was joking about that, but I think quite a few players on this team need them ball gloves because it's not many dudes on this roster got a real handle. Like seriously, it's probably about 3. It's really bad.
You know what's wild? CJ, right? Like, although he has a decent hand, he's loose with the basketball. He has an array of dribbling practices. Like, he's just not strong with the basketball. I don't know what that is.
Full court is his problem, but he can't, whatever reason, he cannot dribble full court.
He can't dribble a crossover.
I'm starting to feel like it's something with this team, though. I'm not gonna lie. I'm really appreciate your game, Osborne. Multisani. Is it Multisani? I haven't been to the old country. Yeah, I haven't been to the old country in a while. But so Ross, what are you seeing? And look, this is not totally for comparison's sake, but man, you go compare Antonio Reeves' college numbers to Hawkins, and it's daunting. It don't help that Reeves comes into this game and goes 2 for 3 from beyond the arc and 3 from 4 from the field in 6 minutes. That really doesn't help. I'm gonna go ahead.
Yeah, I know it's the NBA and all this stuff. How do you consistently find yourself in these situations where we got guys who can't dribble the basketball?
Dyson couldn't. Dyson still can't dribble.
It's crazy to me that we're, there's sometimes it's like we talk about expectations of people. No, this team needs I guess maybe they have one and must not be very good at the job, but a sports psychologist, because I ain't never been around any athletic team that needed someone that's always talking about somebody man, they got to get this guy some confidence. Dudes are pro athletes, and it's they constantly are needing validation and reassurance and all this stuff. Stop drafting them. Just stop drafting projects, man. Just don't do it anymore. He can't dribble the bat. Those 3 turnovers he had tonight, that's unforced. They just can't. Just fumbling the basketball around. It's crazy to me, man. I don't know if they're you're looking at combine stuff and then with no defense or something, maybe Hawk looks really good. I just am not seeing it, man. He was really bad tonight, exemplary bad. You got to be able to dribble the basketball.
Exemplary bad.
I never heard the word exemplary used in a negative context. Yeah. You know what I think it is too? I think a lot of times with the team, they draft for intangibles. He works really hard, so he's going to get better. But it's Null worked really hard too. Those players get better, but they don't always get better on your timeline. So Null, I think somebody was pointing out how Null shooting 40% from beyond the arc. and Pelicans gave up to someone. I'm like, yo, it's year 6. Like he would already be on his second contract as a Pelican. So, and this is like, I think even the Timberwolves broadcast. Shout out to Joe Myers also for winning was the sports
Louisiana
analyst
Sportscaster of the Year. Yeah.
Oh man, shout out to Joe Myers, best Joe AD, the best duo in all of sports, man. But yeah, the Minnesota commentary team, they were saying how contract year. They're like, oh damn, like y'all gonna throw Nard under the bus like that. But it's just none of these guys, these projects, or even the specialists you draft have panned out for the most part, with the exception of I wouldn't say Herb's a specialist, but go ahead.
Hold on, before Lito goes, I just want to say, I just think it's the Pelicans believing that they could teach guys things that they, you know what I'm saying? Like
they don't know themselves. Yeah.
Like how you gonna teach? I'm not saying like the assistant coaches are bad or the player development. Like they don't have a plan for guys, right? They draft said specialists and be like, oh, I can just teach them how to dribble. Like, no, you can't. You've never been able to do that. Like, how you gonna just say I'm gonna teach somebody how to be like a capable dribbler against full court pressure? Like Kyra Lewis was a point guard. Like he was 6'1" and he could not dribble. He could not dribble against pressure.
Couldn't get in the front court.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what did you teach him throughout his entirety time of being a Pelican to help him be better as a basketball player? Like, who's gotten better at it?
How did you take his confidence too? Like because sometimes these guys can dribble. It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Over analyzing, making them overanalyze. You can't think and play. It's muscle memory. But I was just gonna say to the point Five just said. Fuck, I forgot my whole thought. Wait, what did you just say? You said something say it again. It's gonna spark.
They believe that they could, you know.
So you know what it is, and I know everybody up here done heard this before. Everybody in the chat done heard this before. What you just specifically said is, I could fix them. I could change it. Yeah, I could change it. Yeah. No, she not gonna do that with me. Like that's exactly what it is.
That's why, like, when I talk about David Griffin, you know, two-fisting some of the people in the Pelicans media space, giving them a DG, giving them a real DP. It's like, bro, like people compliment this roster ad nauseum. Like, oh no, David Griffin put together a quality team. It's like you literally started the season with David Tice as your starting center. Yves Missi was like a fucking,
figure it out.
You didn't even have an answer. You said we're gonna figure it out, and no one even followed it up. It's like, dude, like, and this shit just flew. And here's the crazy part about it, and this is why having a player like Brandon and Zion being Brandon was here most of the time, but a player like Zion who's always injured, it gives you excuses like, well, all they're missing is Zion. That's like, you're literally saying all the planets are missing is the sun. The reason why all the planets are dying is because of the sun. It's like, motherfucker, like you had many draft picks. You got a $25 million starting point guard, former All-Star. You got probably a player who should have been an All-Star at some point in CJ McCollum. You got Yves Missi, who's not really a lottery pick, but more or less. You got Jordan Hawkins pick 14. You had Dyson Daniels at pick 8. It's just everybody can hear me. The stream good? 5 years? Yeah. Oh, I thought y'all had froze. Boy, y'all look like two mannequins just now. You and Ross and Lito. I was like, oh shit. But yeah, it's like, bro, you had this gluttony of riches and picks and assets to move, and all of it's turned to shit. So how can we give Griff any type of pass or leeway for what he's done? It's been a failure from top to bottom. It's been a failure every step of the way, man. King Sam said there's too much talent on the scene to lose like this. Yeah, that's true as well. Two things can be true. Yeah.
It's akin to me of like a restaurant, and you look at the menu and everything on the menu looks real good when you're just reading the words, but the food don't ever come out good when you order it. It's like, well, no, like you get no additional like pat on the back because the menu looks like it should be straight. You ain't got nobody that could cook the shit. So the food's always bad. No, you like this. Look, if it was 1 year, maybe even 2 years, sure. All right, some bad luck, this, that, and the other. You've never won anything. This is the crazy part about this David Griffin conversation. You've never won anything. If you had gone to the Western Conference Finals 2 years ago or something, all right, yeah, hey, cool. You're building something. I'll buy that for a few years. You've never won anything. You could tell me the team is talented till you're blue in the face. But what has it produced? It's if the roster is this talented, but you're not winning anything, then there's a failure somewhere else.
Yeah.
Okay, you're still in charge of that other failure. You don't just get to pick and choose. You don't just get to say like, oh, well, I got some talented players on the roster, but I've got an awful head coach and I'm not doing a good job of giving them resources and leadership. All of that is connected. So no, you still fucked up.
This is why he reminds me of this guy. This is why he aligns himself with anything that remotely has some kind of success. If it looks like it's going to be like he's trying to push himself to that, he's a liar, bro. A general of word salads. Like he doesn't do anything remotely well. Like what does David Griffin do well? If we're being honest.
Well, now this ain't confirmed, but he tends to let a lot of people in the local media ride on that big sack of his. That's what he does. They ride on that big sack, grab him by the short and curlies, and they hold on to his big sack. That's what they do. And they make excuses for this slimy fucker. That's what they do. They make excuses for this bald-headed bitch. That's what they do. They make excuses for him. And first of all, you let at least Mickey Loomis got some mafioso credits. He done bust some heads in his day. He got a ring. He found Sean Payton. At least he could chew gum at the press conference. But you let this man sit in your face and make you look fucking stupid. Let this man lie to you in your face. He lies to you time and time and time again. It's not gonna
we ain't no motherfucking freaks. We some family men. We getting it paper. You know what I'm talking about?
I can only let you talk about this man.
Yeah, my bad. Look, every show can't play that. You know what I'm saying? Every show can't make that disclaimer. But we're a family show over here. By the way, get the kids a shirt. The shirts in the joint. Get the kids a shirt. But yeah, this man, to Fox's point, all he does is fucking lie. This man doesn't have any NBA accomplishments. Like this man, again, LeBron was the GM of the fucking Cavaliers. This man doesn't do anything. This man doesn't do nothing. This man literally fired he's literally fired or about to fire every coach he's hired, right? You got Borrego here, and I'm gonna keep it $1. I'm gonna keep it $1 with you. I'm gonna keep it $1. Does Detroit and Cleveland look like, boy, we wish we hired James Borrego? No, they don't. So Griff, why you so your nose up JB's ass? Not saying, not saying that he isn't a great coach, but what I'm saying is, did you call Kenny Atkinson? Did you call Biggerstaff? Did you the token number one, token senior? He got on the phone with a real coach, and they driving.
Would they even be good under David Griffin's leadership?
You know what?
Is it fair to question that?
I would have to say it'd be better because. Man, I don't think I've ever seen nothing like Willie Green, bro. Willie Green is like Steve Nash to me. Like this Steve Nash levels of like, whoa. And I know he ain't got the Steve Nash basketball brain. So that makes him even worse. Like I've just never seen a coach this incompetent. Like he's just fucking terrible, man. He is terrible. Like he really would probably, if he was fired today, he probably would really have to start his career from the ground up. Like he would have to start, and he would have to go back to like player development, like maybe third chair, second chair. He may never get. I don't think he ever got the first chair before, right? Was he ever first chair? So how in the fuck did he get a head coaching job? Like this makes no sense, man. It makes no sense, bro.
I think it's all about control, bro. To be honest,
yeah, that's what control and being cheap.
Yeah. Like, all right, I don't want to pay. I gotta pay Stan, so I need to find somebody that's willing to accept a low offer for a head coaching position. And also I need to control them. I need to give them the answers to the test. Somebody that won't be combative with me. He didn't want an Alvin Gentry situation. He didn't want a Stan Van Gundy situation. He didn't want a LeBron situation, right? Where LeBron controlled everything. You know, he kind of jumped the gun with Zion. So there's a lot of things that we don't necessarily talk about when we mention David Griffin, although, you know, Chaz alludes to a lot of the other things he possibly does, you know, allegedly. But
word on the street,
word on the street, like, but I don't know what he does well. Like, I don't know what we never know what his moves are. Like, what are the actual things that he's attributed to the good of the Pelicans? Like, getting CJ McCollum was almost a CJ McCollum idea, not a David Griffin idea. He saw how the Pelicans played. He remembered playing in the playoffs. I think his first mind was probably to get to Philadelphia. That didn't work out because they ended up signing James. So the other option was, how can I get paid and control where I'm going? Maybe I'll like the place and bring a championship possibly to a city that never won one. I think CJ was thinking legacy. It just didn't work out.
You know, the craziest part also, and we're going to get to the fans' questions in a second. The craziest part also is that I remember CJ was angling for help. He was asking for, what's my homeboy, man? Played for the Raptors, bro. Gary Trent Jr. He was like, yeah, you know, you got a lot of people, you know, available, you know, and I can understand in some instances what teams may be asking for too much or you don't make a deal, like the OG and Anunoby trade.
Yeah.
But it's like, bro, you either going for it or you ain't, bro. Like, you either going for it. Like, somebody brought the Saints signed Adrian Peterson. Like, you either going for it or you ain't. Like, and that's really the sad part, like, with this organization. They just, if they had a direction, I would feel better, but it just seems like they're just in tailspin, man. So we're gonna play a quick read here, and damn, no free ties for y'all again. We're gonna play a quick read here, and we're gonna get back to the fan questions.
Coming up, bro.
Company Burger is the official burger of Pro Pels Talk and Boot Crew Media. Located at 4600 Ferret Street, Company Burger has been locally owned and operated for 11 years. Grind the meat, bake the buns, make the mayo, get the homemade tots. Company Burger uses Creekstone Farms prime beef to create the best burger in the city with milkshakes to go and a full bar. Company Burger is open every day besides Tuesday from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Can't make it out? No worries, we have you covered. You can order online right now at thecompanyburger.com or check them out on the Toast or Uber Eats app. Company Burger, the official burger of Boot Crew Media.
It sounded like Justin said .com with a Q. Like he spelled that was a hard .com. Like that had to be like a capital Q or something. Yo, shout out to Sam. He said, man, shout out to Company Burger. Company Burger got the best tots when you can get them. He said, I got those free tots last weekend. Yo, when you can get them, best tots. Shout out to
like you never know when you're gonna get them, bro. We don't know.
Chunk said peanut butter bun. Shout out to Chunk. Yo, all right, so we got the questions, man. Appreciate y'all rocking with us. Can somebody in the chat give us a like count, please? Y'all be sure to smash the like button. Yeah, we had big rack. Yeah, that's crazy.
Peanut butter skin.
Those big old cans. Look,
I know what I'm capable of.
Yeah, hey, I'm sure a lot of these guys know what Griff's capable of too. It's locking the door to the showers. But yeah, so we got eyes on the stars. He said it's 4-on-5 with Yves Missi on the court, both sides of the ball. Does anybody see that? 5. You want to speak on it?
Nah, I don't think it's necessarily 4-on-5. I mean, hey, bro, he's playing against a really good center in DeAndre. I think he's decent, right? Like, he's a formidable center in the NBA, offensively skilled, and he's had success against the Pelicans multiple times on multiple occasions. I think we're just seeing when he plays against formidable, people, he does fail, and you expect some of that. I expect him to hit some kind of rookie wall and have some failure. Like, he's not going to be great, every game. He's not.
Ross, you want to speak on it?
No, I didn't. I mean, he's a rookie. Like, he's a rookie.
Okay. Fair enough.
This is to be expected.
If I
Go ahead, guys.
Go ahead, Ross. My bad, Ross.
I was just saying it's the same thing, at least for me, that we said out of Brandon Boston. Like, you've already gotten so much more out of Messi than you ever could have imagined, ever could have expected. I don't care the back half of the year. Like, he's been overplayed. He's been overexerted. You're gonna get what you're gonna get, the back half of the season. The fact that he showed up and played this well for the first 40 games or whatever is still shocking to me.
Ain't he like allegedly 19 years old? He's young. So I mean, you got to give him a break. Lito, you want to speak on him?
Yeah, if you look at Aiden's stats, he played 27 minutes and he had a double-double. He had 11 and 13, which,
Damn, he only had 13? Yeah, I thought that motherfucker had like 30 rebounds the way it
felt like a lot.
Damn.
Like he only had 13 points, so it's not like I do understand what they're saying though. Like, I've seen he's had bad defensive positioning as far as like where his feet aren't usually set. Somebody in the comments said he jumps a lot. He does. I mean, he has tendencies because he's a shot blocker, and that's what happens. But I mean, like Ross said, he's 19. He's supposed to be in the G League, bro. Like, he's not supposed to be playing right now.
And truthfully, the guys on the perimeter, they aren't doing him a lot of favors on the defensive end, honestly. Guys is getting to the paint at will. We got DJ McGuire. He said, the fact I can almost guarantee someone in this organization is blaming the injuries and using that excuse is sickening.
Absolutely.
That it is. Ross, you want to speak to that?
Yeah, I don't care about the injuries anymore. I think I've said that a few times. You got to know what to expect. Those type of things are going to happen. I mean, is it kind of unbelievable that this many players have had this many soft tissue injuries, or just these minor, things that are happening? Yeah, I think there's some bad luck to it, but some of the players that you've kept on this roster, are injury prone. Right. So you can't really, to me, at least in my opinion, you can only get so upset about that. Dude's hurt every year and he gets hurt. You should have expected that and planned for it. I think the other part of that is the players that you seem to continue to draft and Chaz, you've talked about this a lot. These are not physically imposing, fully developed looking like athletes in some cases. So you're getting skinnier players. Those type of guys are just going to get hurt more because they're just not physically, equipped to play 82 games. It's a physical league, man. So, yeah, I think it's bullshit to just continue to blame injuries. I mean, team stinks.
It's like Griff says, you walk in the locker room, you're going to see some dick. You got Jeff Whiting. He said, Carlo minutes though. Yo, Carlo played, man. Shout out to Carlo. What did Carlo do? I'm a Carlo fan.
Yeah.
Carlo, 2 for 3.
4 and 4.
Oh, all right, Carlo. All right. I got an assist, got a steal. All right. Bought him another season in America. Shout out to Carlo, man. We got Ryan in the chat. He said if the Pelicans were fully healthy, they would be the Suns. What the Suns? I think the Suns 13th, 12th in the league. But if the Suns were fully healthy, they would be. Who would they be?
Because I think
injuries.
The stat I think with KD plays they're like 15-1 or something.
Yeah,
like
they were something like crazy when KD was playing. Like, and when you got Bill, of course, he's been out. What's my man? Booker got hamstring injuries. I don't know. It's crazy. It's like when Aaron Nelson be leaving places, man. I don't know. Aaron Nelson be taking the mojo with him. He's like, yo, fuck y'all.
Aaron Nelson said, I'm doing what COVID did. They'll never get over it.
Oh, Aaron Nelson. Yeah, that was bad. Motherfucker. Shout out to Buku Stat Guy. He said, do y'all think no back-to-backs design the rest of the season? I think they only got about 4 back-to-backs left. So the next one is against Dallas, I believe, about a week from now. I think he might play in that back-to-back. But you got to ask yourself also, what's the point? Yeah. Like, it's over. It's over now. Like, what fuck is the point? Let's talk about them Hawk minutes. We spoke about it, Scott. I don't think any of us have anything really to add talking about Hawk. And we got dogs with the super chat. Shout out to everybody who hit the super chat. Shout out to everybody who hit the regular chat as well. Man, we appreciate y'all. Sorry y'all got to go through what y'all go through with these bitch ass people and the Pelicans too. But Yeah, sorry, y'all gotta go through what y'all go through. We got King Sam. He said if we get the number 1 pick and Laurie offers Utah. Wait, I'm sorry. If we get the number 1 pick and Utah offers Laurie for it and BI, you say yes. I tell them get the motherfucker out my face. Hell no.
Fuck no.
Hell no. Now Laurie, the idea of Laurie is better than the player. If Trey keeps ascending the way he's ascending, you may possibly be dealing with a more useful player who can create more on ball. I think we all got a resounding unanimous no on not for Laurie. All right, so we're gonna move on. Shout out to JB, who remember he said Griff showed up to give Messi and himself credit for his Rookie of the Month award, then went right back into his hole. Whose hole?
Oh man.
I'm trying to see if we hearing the same things. You talk. Oh, you mean like it's hiding? Okay, I got you.
Chad's so quick, dog.
You know what I'm saying, dog? You talking about David Griffin, dog? David Griffin. They don't call him. They don't call him a greasy pig for nothing. Shout out to Christian Clark. Christian Clark, Griffin, greasy pig. Now I know what he means. All right, we got Sam. Shout out, dog. Sam. He said when we hit 100 likes, Ross just like
Spaghetti.
Yeah.
Spaghetti. Well, we're gonna plan that in the future. Shout out to our dog Shane. I was in the building. We got 504 boy. Appreciate you again, brother, with the dub. We got Zeke. Appreciate you again with the 2-piece. B Flights. Appreciate you again. Read your comment. We'll read it again. Say we haven't been this bad since Dan Dick I was starting. I had a turn. Oh, you got the acoustics going on around this bitch.
What that is?
Oh,
that's me.
We got a banjo.
Oh, all right.
That's see, them people didn't need to bring Dan Dick out into this.
Yeah, old Dan the man. I was sad when Dan got traded. Ethan, salute, stay hard. That's Griff Burner.
That's crazy.
He said broads in the locker room like B32. Hey man, this team, dog. I know this team just.
Shout out to Velas and Magnolia.
Yeah, man, this team's soft though. It's sad. Man. If the Suns keep going to shit and Bill won't agree on the trade, would y'all offer picks Herb and CJ or BI?
That's all you, Chaz.
Do you mean for Booker, Chris Gray? I'm assuming you mean for Booker, but if so, hell motherfucking yeah. Hell yeah. If I could only get rid of one of these dudes this season and I'm stuck with BI in a sign and trade situation. Damn, we ain't really talk about Herb's injury. Real quick, what y'all think about Herb's injury? You think we should shut Herb down for the rest of the season, or what are you guys thinking on Herb's injury? Real unfortunate, man. Thank you, Chris Gray.
I think you shut him down. I think you let him get surgery. There's no need. Again, like his value is already in the dumps. Let's not continue this going forward. Like there's no need to risk it. If you decide to move him, I'm pretty sure a team would take a chance on him, him getting his, shoulder fixed. But there's no need. There's no rush. You're not winning anything. Just let him get his surgery.
Ross?
Yeah, I agree because it's still you're still in that point of like you shut him down right now. Like, yeah, look, he was hurt. Yeah. People you could chalk up whatever. How many we played? We're 7 and 30, like a little less than 40 games. He's probably played what? 25 of them or something like that. 20 something, right? Yeah. It's easy to chalk up like, look, he tried to tough through 20 games, but her, he's gonna be fine. We're gonna just let him get the surgeries and be good to go. But you don't want it to go through a whole season because then that becomes the reality, right? Like you have one real shitty season, and it's like, Herb ain't that young.
Last time we saw you, yeah.
And so it's like I would shut him down now because he still has multiple years left on his contract. If you want to keep him, great. If you don't, there will still teams that will be interested in Herb, even if he's not playing. So I would shut him down. There's just no value right now. He's not playing well. He's clearly injured. I'd shut him down.
Lito?
Absolutely. I would shut him down. There's no point. It's really no point in playing. Like, what are you getting from playing her? It seems like every time he plays, he gets hurt.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And at this point, like, I think you should be moving towards the future. Like you gain nothing from this season, especially not playing Herb. Specifically, we talked a lot about, would Herb shoot 40 again from 3? Would he have a high 3-point percentage? I with Ross, I think you can sell it at this point to, man, he was injured.
Like, before he got hurt, he was shooting 40,
Yeah.
Facts. But you about to say something, Ro?
No, yeah, it's just like it's easy to chalk up 15 games. You know, like, oh, he started off pretty good. You know, he tried to tug it out from injury. Like, we just gonna throw that out.
Yeah.
But you go shoot shitty for a whole season, and it's like, nah, you just got lucky last year. It's like you don't want the narrative to change too much.
Right.
On her.
Right. And you kind of gotta treat, and this is no disrespect how I say this, you kind of gotta treat Herb like an NPC. You gotta treat Herb like a guy who is an ancillary player. He not like, if Zion or Brandon not playing, like, what is Herb exactly gonna do?
Yeah, man. Shout out to Herb. I hope everything works out for the brother, man. Showed up professional, so hope the best. Just rest, Herb. Just rest. Don't trust these doctors, man. Shout out to David Grubb. You say if your signature as a coach is having your team play hard and your opponent shoots 70% through 3 quarters, I think that's self-explanatory. Yeah. Willie Green is full of it. What happened, Lito?
Nah, Ross is good. He was,
yeah.
Felt like
the band.
Yeah, felt like that comment needed a little accentuation,
a little razzle dazzle.
Yeah, a little something to it.
I don't know how to do
all. I don't know how to do all this bullshit Lito's been doing with his.
The special effects.
I'm not that tech savvy, so I got a old fashioned.
We going to luxury attacks. What about a new arena? Hey, that's one of the shitty parts. Like, you probably not getting a new owner until you get an agreement for a new arena. And shit, you can't even get the drains clean. They can't get the Mardi Gras beads from 2 years ago out the drains. I don't know, man. We'll see, bro. We'll see. See, I heard B.I. on his way to returning. Is that true? You know, I heard something too. Like my grandma always say, bro, evil hard to kill. I haven't heard that, but I don't know, man. I mean, I guess it would be better if he was playing. Y'all heard anything?
I haven't heard anything.
I haven't.
He's not in the boot no more.
I haven't heard anything. But how the fuck did you know you were about to do that? Like you just had that to the left of you, like you just have the do not button.
Oh man, you know, I'm an old school fool, man. Sometimes I show my age. And you say, shout out to our dog Fire Willie Green again, man. We appreciate it. So, that was the first time, but still, yeah. Oh, he say, shout, say they really went up 8 G's on my. That was the first rated flag, Willie. they went up 8,000 on my tickets this season. $25K for this effort, robbery. Those seats have been empty every game. I owe y'all more than this for saving me from myself. How can I get one of those crying Willie hoodies? I got you, DM though. We gonna rap. We gonna rap, partner. He said we got Vaughn Surreal. Vaughn, we've been seeing you. Like, what are you talking about, Vaughn? Go ahead.
Yeah, Vaughn be going crazy.
You gotta send him a give him credit shirt too, man.
Oh, Fire Willie Green. Yeah, when I get your info, we got you, bro. We got you, man. Appreciate all y'all support, man. Well, go ahead, Lito. What you about to say?
No, I was saying Vaughn was going crazy in the chat, man. I was trying to keep up with the comments. I couldn't really. As far as this comment, I don't really understand specifically like what you know what I'm saying? Like
what you want us to like what so CJ dropped 50, follow it up with another 30 plus. And we supposed to be like, I'm gonna drop the dime on that motherfucker. I don't like that shit. Like, what are you supposed to say? And we say that's cold. We I don't know. Go ahead. You got something to say, Five?
Nah.
Yeah, all right. Shout out to IMX. People like Mark Temple allowed this franchise to get away with highway robbery. Oh, you must be responding to one of the other commenters. I was like, who the fuck is Mark Temple? Somebody
I was about to say, I don't know who Mark Temple is.
Oh, okay. Oh, look, that's 504 deal. He said 20 for 25,000. You could have bought some coochie. Yeah, hey.
You ain't in Skip Bayless territory, but
hey, man,
you ain't some premium.
This is sad. This is madness. This is filth at its finest.
Oh, this is my dog, man. That's Jerry, man. What's up, bro?
You know it. Oh, yeah, okay. Bet.
Yeah, he's solid. Good
for
dude,
sure. Appreciate you, bro. Stand up brother right there, man. Let's see. We got Will Chill. Appreciate you as always, brother. He said, imagine working in a company where the director was a fraud, David Griffin, the manager token was seated in 300 level, and the supervisor Willie Green only streams base. I ain't gonna lie, when Gail was sitting, it ain't look like they even served food up there. Gail looked like she was just. This is pathetic. Like Gail looked bad.
Say that. I wish you would.
Yeah, Gail looked.
Hey, you remember like we don't remember, but they talk about like Shakespeare and times where the peasants were at the bottom and that's how she looked.
Let them eat cake. Let them eat cake. Like, how many TDs Joy Taylor have?
Big can, son.
Big can. You know they call it. Nah, I'm not gonna say that.
Big old rat.
Yeah, they call Joy. Anyone can get it.
Can man.
Anyone can get it. Why is everyone so upset? The season lost anyway. Z and Trey are out. Stank it up. We've won a bit too much lately. I don't know if this is sarcasm, but we not upset because they lose it. We're upset because the season over and the season been over since November, and we got to show up to this bitch every night. See, we got listeners. It ain't like we talking to the same 14 people when we go live. We got a base. We got to show up for you guys. Let's see. Oh, this is back in the day. He said 5 off the field. We already addressed this. He said, all right, we got Vines real. He said he's a second-year player. Talking about CJ is. I don't know what Vines is talking about. He said he shout out to HB. He said we cannot let Cooper Flag or whoever come in under this current leadership dynamic. By trading BI, you at least open up this competition. Maybe Trey will be the real leader. You get him away from BI. I don't know. I don't want to put that onus on Brandon being here necessarily because it ain't his fault. If you're a man, you're a man. Anybody want to speak on that?
Yeah, I think Brandon and Trey are perfectly fine. I don't think anyone's stepping on anyone's toes.
Yeah,
we know what the real problem is.
I do kind of agree with that first part.
Mm.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I absolutely agree with that. You can't let this.
If you finish with the top pick in the draft, everybody got to get fired. You starting over. Everybody got to go.
That's a perfect excuse. Clean slate.
Yeah. You know what's wild? In the NFL, what's your boy from Tennessee, the GM, the black dude that just got fired?
They fired the GM or the coach?
They fired the GM.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So, like, the plan was for them to suck to get the top pick. He accomplishes that. Right. They fire him just to let somebody else do it.
Probably
I've been a black man.
Same thing. That was a couple years ago. A boy from Miami said, "No, fuck y'all, I ain't doing that."
Was that beat stay
Flores?
Flores.
Yeah. We need you to lose a couple of these games, big dog.
Rob Mayo just did it.
They played Mayo. That's
they fucked over Mayo.
Yeah. NFL buried the fuck out of the story. But shout out to NFL if y'all want, sponsor. But he said, Marky, fire yourself, trade everyone except Zion. I know he's hurt a lot, but he has to be top 5. The difference between him on and off the court is astounding. Man, just the mind fuck from last night till tonight. It's just daunting. I think, and we might even be giving bro a little too much credit for Zion. We give him a lot more credit than he deserves, but again, to File's point, if you Zion and you like, what y'all was, hey. What y'all was saying?
What you said? Who said something?
What was said? Let me see. Shout out to Sam. This name comes up a lot. Say potential coach Dance Hurley. Anyone's thoughts? I don't think he's gettable, but what y'all think?
I'm with you. I don't think he's gettable. I mean, he's got a great basketball mind. I could for sure tell you the IQ in the locker room will go up 1,000.
I'll be honest. I don't know if he'll be a really good NBA coach. I don't think he has the temperament for it. Like he's so
too cool.
He needs guys that are gonna listen and won't like challenge his thought process. A super smart dude. I like watching him a lot, but like for an NBA player, like most of these guys are gonna make more than him. Yeah. Like I'm not gonna. You can't yell and scream and get your point across. Although some people can, but. How are the other ways you're going to get your point across and get guys to buy into what you're talking about? Like, then you're going to end up with a situation like a JJ Redick in LA, right? Like, our guy, how are you going to get guys to buy into actually what you're talking about? And how long of a leash will you have to do so? In college, guys are coaching, sometimes 20 years?
It seems like he's made his bed, and he's gonna lay in it at the college level. I mean, dude just signed like a $50 million extension or whatever.
Yeah,
that's a lot of money to coach basketball. Yeah, I think he's not like a 10-year thing. He signed like a 5 or 6 year extension for like $50 million.
A lot less scrutiny too.
Yeah, I mean, you're at UConn. I don't know. I don't see him leaving unless it would be for like a dream job. I don't know what his dream job would be, but
you saw how with Saban tried to coach the Dolphins.
You know what's wild? Like you could be mid in college, like the first couple months. Mm-hmm. All you need is like the run to happen. Like the NBA, it just feels like every game you're getting scrutinized, that's just a part of the job.
Mm-hmm.
It's different levels. I don't know if he actually wants to build something. I don't think the level of scrutiny he's truly prepared for if he goes to a decent market that are going to question him at times.
Well, shit, he'll get away with murder here.
Murder here. Yeah.
Yeah, pulling him out of a titty bar at 4 in the morning. But shout out to 514 deal. He said getting DeJounte Murray was a clutch idea.
I think he's referring to when we were saying how like what has Griff done? Like who?
These
are all clutch ideas. Right?
It's funny. He wasn't even supposed to say that. They had to go back and edit that part out for tampering purposes. You competent bald fuck. Say what's taking them so long to get rid of his ass? I'm still not going to ignore the incompetence of the medical administration in New Orleans. They're terrible. It's almost teeth shattering. Yeah, man. I feel like David Griffin, he probably just know how to sell a lie, man. And if you got ignorant or ownership they don't know anything about the NBA, they like, all right, here go the keys. You know where you're going, right? You drive, and you end up in a fucking ditch. And David Griffin gonna tell you, oh, they was doing construction on that road. Oh, my tire went out. He got a million excuses when you're dealing with Zion. So, it is what it is. Shout out to Boot Crew Media. He said, can y'all talk about the attendance tonight, or did I miss that? Nobody in that bitch. But shout out to everybody who was in there. Shout out to Dev. Shout out to MG. Salute to him. Got me some great footage from inside the building. And yeah, man, it's ball head in that motherfucker too.
Apparently it was like one of the lower attended games in like recent history, which I would assume so. Is the Blazers coming into town? Zion's not playing. You only won 7 games this year. Like people aren't spending their money on something they can't even get a consistent product out of. Man. Like imagine somebody paying their money to go to this game tonight. Again, they would have been sold short again.
They'd have been shit thrown on the floor like WCW. Shout out to Wes. He said, did y'all talk about how they refused to play Reeves? Well, Reeves got 6 minutes, made the most of his time, with Hawk kind of struggling the way he is right now. And who else is out? Herb probably out. We don't know when Trey coming back. Probably. Boston went to the locker room. Yeah, he subbed himself out, went away. We don't ever need to see Javonte again.
That's terrible.
Yeah, so you might see him. This is the perfect time to start playing your young guys and seeing what you got, so you can move off from one of the two guys. We got Clay. CJ is the best player on the team right now most nights. Real. Stephen A. Smith for GM. Kendrick Perkins for head coach. Shout out to Jimmy Quan. Shout out to Clay. Stout man, Uncle Phil. He said y'all may not have talked about this, but why is Reeves not playing? Will anyone ask Willie? You gonna give your older guys the first pitch at it, pause, and see how they deliver. And it might be time to make a different decision at this point, though. It might be time. Honestly, guys, Pels are okay. All right, for shizzle. Cat back. He said, what about Coach K as a potential coaching candidate? Would he come out of retirement for all the talent we have on his roster? Probably not to ruin his legacy. Yeah, you leave with a pretty ironclad legacy. You're not gonna come back to fuck it up with some spoiled ass.
It's crazy. The talent, like they don't have really any more talent than anybody else that's gonna make the playoffs. Like, it's a conversation for another show.
Yeah. Shout out to Joseph Lamb. If Willie is fired tomorrow, if he's fired anytime soon, do you guys think the team will run up some wins under James Borrego? I'm gonna say no. Because I think at this point, the injuries kind of also got out of hand. And some dudes kind of just defeated. But I think maybe it'll be a little more entertaining. But what do you guys think before we get to our last question?
Yeah, you might double the win total. But still, 14. Like, what does that actually do? At least it'll be a little bit more entertaining. Maybe.
Ross?
I think you'll definitely get more wins, but I don't think you'll get enough to
make a difference.
You're so bad right now. But we've said this a million times. It'll be a more exciting brand of basketball, and I think you'll see something slightly more sustainable from an offensive perspective.
Got a hell of a road trip coming up. Lito, what you think about JB?
Yeah, I mean, I think they could get more wins, but I think that's the opposite of what you need right now. So,
I say hot shit, cold shit is all shit. We got Dorian. Shout out dog Dorian for the last question. Say, what do y'all think about Osher getting an extended partnership?
That boy Ross.
I heard there was a lot of shit like the CEO of Osher around this bitch. I don't know. Hey man.
I mean, money talk, bullshit walk. It's all about money. I mean, what Gail Benson and Tom Benson, whatever the foundation, they just open up a new Osher or something. Like dog,
they got their name on like every building at Osher now. I mean,
exactly. So like, you know how the game go. Like,
but also, Dorian and everybody listening, you're at the point where players, they don't really give a fuck who the hospital is. The players on this team, they don't trust this medical staff, or they don't, things are just kind of happening around this bitch. Like, you know what I'm saying? Herb ain't about to listen to no doctors in this building. You know what I'm saying? And he wasn't before. He wasn't, So we gonna, we'll see. But that was today's show, man. Appreciate y'all rocking with us. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification. We'll see y'all for the road trip. I don't even know when they play next. It's not like it fucking matters.
Friday.
But yeah, they play Friday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Philly.
Well, Philly. Okay. Well, I'm gonna send this message to Gail as we part.
This woman obviously had lost her damn mind. She needs psychotropic medication. She pulls out her breasts and she's juggling them. Look like she about to fall over. Then she bends over and pulls down her panties, spreads her cheeks. I'm not lying. I'm telling you what's on the video. Spreads her cheeks. This is madness.
Catch y'all Friday. We out.